Hi, this is Bruce Himmelblau with Blue Sky Video Productions. We are a full-service video production company and YouTube strategist, and we just started this show last week, and our guest was the GLMV Chamber of Commerce, and we talked about what are the chambers doing for small business and how can you get involved with your local chamber, because the chamber is more than just a place to network. Is a great resource for your business. And so this week we are talking with the executive director of the Wilmette Kenilworth Chamber, and also their marketing media liaisons. And we'll introduce them currently is first we have Julie. There we go. Julie Yusim and Ann Kelly. So, Julie, can you scoot a little bit to your left? No, just your there you go.
There we go.
Now you're nice and centered.
Okay.
So, first, when we get in, let's introduce yourselves and your position within the chamber. So first, Julie.
Okay, I'm the executive director and pretty much the sole employee of the chamber. I wear all of the hats. We do have a part-time assistant that helps us out during normal times, but she's on sort of leave at this point. And I have been with the chamber for many years. I worked here from 2000 to the end of 2009, at which point I went to work for a board member doing his marketing. And then I came back in November of 2015, and I've been here ever since.
Excellent. And Anne, you're on the board, but you're not actually, you're not an employee of the chamber.
No, I'm an independent marketing consultant, live in Wilmette, and I am a chamber board member. And I also work with the village of Wilmette, to support the businesses as well.
So let's describe your community. You're Wilmette Kenilworth. You're located roughly, 18 miles north of the city of Chicago. And you're kind of spread out where Wilmette is a little more of a business town and Kenilworth is less of a business town, but they still have businesses in Kenilworth.
Yes, and Anne, I'll let you talk about maybe the demographic a little bit, but Wilmette actually has a really pretty strong business community. We have the good fortune of having a lot of small independently owned businesses, and the same is true in Kenilworth, even though it's not as big, doesn't have as many businesses. It's certainly well represented. They just had their first restaurant open in Kenilworth, which is really exciting for everyone. And we do have a downtown where we have a lot of retail shops and some service businesses like salon, spa. And then we have, of course, many wonderful restaurants in our downtown, but we have 7 business districts. So it's a challenge to be able to market and promote all of the business districts and do it well. And we always strive to do that. But we have Plaza del Lago, there's an area of West Wilmette, there's Ridge Road, there's the Green Bay Road corridor, there's the Linden Square area. So we have a lot of little pockets of business here. And Anne, do you want to talk a little bit about the community and who lives here? And
yeah, I mean, on the North Shore, I mean, it's a fairly, family-oriented, upscale community. We have a little bit of socioeconomic diversity, but I would say it's mostly families, and it's a great kind of small community within a larger area, and people anxious to support their local businesses. And what's great about the community is that a lot of people who live here, they shop here, they work here, their kids go to school here, and that's one of the big reasons they move to this community. The schools are great, and there's a real passion for our community, which makes it so important for them to be eager to support their local businesses, because many of the business owners are residents as well and raising their kids here.
So currently where a lot of the businesses are suffering in some way, but not all. There's some retail, but there's also some work at home businesses. How are they communicating with you, and how are you communicating with them?
Well, I think we have been really strong on communication during this whole thing. At first, I was afraid that maybe we were over communicating and bothering people, but I feel like we have a good balance based on feedback I've been getting from our members. But we do two kinds of communication, at least twice a week, if not a third time. I've been doing a news brief for our chamber members to let them know about new resources that may have come online that they can apply for, financial assistance, grants, those kind of things. We are really fortunate to have good contacts, not only with our local village, but also with Representative Jan Chakowski's office and a representative from the SBA. So I get frequent notices from them about things that can help the businesses, and I pass those along. There are also businesses within the chamber that are offering to help other members with certain things, so I communicate that information. And then twice a week, we also send out a broadcast email to our residential email list, reminding them of the restaurants and the shops that are open, able to serve them with curbside pickup, delivery, and also service businesses that are still open and able to safely help them during this time. So we're communicating with our members a lot, and we're communicating also with the residents in that way. And then we are endeavoring to expand our outreach to businesses that are non-members. We have something going on today that Ann will tell you about that hopefully will open up those lines of communication a little more, because we're really committed to helping the business community as a whole at this time.
So right now I'm about to show your, let's see, this, maybe back in. So this is your website, which is wilmette.kenilworth.com. But you also were mentioning the restaurants, so
Yes.
that, let me pull that one up as well, which is a list of current restaurants who are open, right?
Yes, we put a page on our website that anybody can access by clicking on the shop, dine, or live tabs on the homepage. That'll take them through to a page where they can then click on a list of, there I see it on the screen, of restaurants and shops that are available for carry out, curbside pickup, and then also a second section with service businesses that remain open to serve them. Many service businesses are able to do video conferencing, phone consultations. They're being very creative with their ability to assist during this time. And this, what you're showing right now, I update every day. So sometimes, for example, Vito Restaurant and Market has an Easter menu that they're promoting. So does A la Carte, which is a catering company, and they operate a restaurant in the golf club. They have a special Easter menu that, they're promoting. So I'm just trying to keep it really live and fluid so residents can find things that, are current.
Excellent. So as far as marketing, how are you offering any sort of one-on-one or group sessions to help your members market? Actually, let's go back to even last year, before any of this happened. What kind of events were you having on a monthly basis?
Well, we had a monthly networking breakfast, which is called our WK Power Networking Breakfast. And that event has become sort of a combination of networking and information sharing. So we generally would have an expert on a topic, say marketing, be our, our special guest for that particular meeting. And after open networking, that person would provide some tips and take questions, and the business people who were present would share best practices, things that had worked for them. And we do that on a monthly basis typically. So we were supposed to have one this week, but we're not doing it. I'm trying to find a way that we'll be able to take that into a Zoom format, maybe for next month. But we're always trying to offer that kind of information. We would have business after hours events, women's networking luncheon, something we call lunch break networking. So obviously those are off the table right now, but we're going to find ways to make those digital. And we have a very strong special interest group section of our chamber. So we have one that's called our Resources for Intelligent Aging. We have our WK Wellness Initiative, and those are groups that get together for networking and information sharing. And again, we're going to take those to a Zoom format so that they can continue to promote each other, share ideas, and network.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know some other chambers are doing some of their general networking through Zoom, and the one key which has arisen is making it public, but not too public. And there's some sites out there that actually help give you tips on how to have a safe Zoom.
Yes.
But I think it's very effective to bring everybody together in a group where everybody's pretty much on even ground.
We had two really great meetings last week with a business coach. Her name is PJ Weiland. Her business is called Action Coach. And we had a good turnout for those meetings. Small business owners, some who aren't able to come out to actual, in-person networking events because they may be a sole proprietor and they have to stay in their shop or business, that participated in these. And so again, they were able to network. They were also able to get tips from other business owners and from the business coach. Those were very successful, and we'll probably add a few more of those into the mix too.
And Bruce, to talk about your question with the marketing, what we were doing before and, what we're doing now. We started a marketing campaign in Wilmette a couple years ago called Wilmettenomics. And it was basically engaging with the community to promote shopping local. And what the message was that, it pays to shop local, because the more that you support your local business, the more it comes around, and those funds go into supporting the community and, better lighting and public service and things like that make the community better. So the more we shop local, the more it comes back to us and improves our community. And so that actually has gone very well and kind of come viral in our town. And now with this crisis going on, it kind of parlays into that. And so, our job to market is to two audiences. One, we're communicating with the businesses and trying to support them and educate them about how to survive throughout this crisis and how to emerge out of it maybe even better than before. And then also to communicate to the community how they can help support these local businesses. So those are just two different audiences, and some of them overlap since a lot of our business owners are residents. And so that's kind of the plan, is to make sure that we've put a lot of tactics in play to make sure that we're communicating well to the businesses. And so we also did create a private Facebook group just for the local business owners, so that we can talk amongst ourselves, easily share information, share best practices. What are they doing that's working? What support is there for them that they can tap into? So we started that Facebook group as well as just an easy communication. And then this week we're doing 2 Zoom calls to help educate and brainstorm with the businesses, focused a lot on retail and restaurants since they have some unique obstacles and issues right now. But we're going to have 2 of those calls to give them some tips and to communicate to them what the chamber and the village is doing to support them, and what resources are available to them.
And so as far as that link to the Zoom meeting, you're going to send that out via email to your regular membership. Is that correct?
We did. We sent that out, and we're going to resend it a little later this morning when we're done with this interview to the membership and also just to the business community at large with the link to get onto the Zoom meeting and also with the link to join the Facebook group.
Yeah, one thing I found really valuable with Zoom is I actually was able to join a content creator group out of New York. They usually have a monthly meeting among themselves in person in a restaurant, but because restaurants were shut down, they moved it to Zoom. But actually that allowed me to do was I'm in Chicago area. I was able to get into their group and start talking with them. And we found the number of them has the same interest. So I think this is a little bit of a benefit is
Yes.
that you're actually able to reach out well beyond the borders of Wilmette and Kenilworth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it's also, forcing, well, I mean, just by happy accident, now we are probably going to use Zoom as a tool even after the crisis because it seems to really engage and assist a segment of our membership that wasn't active in networking before. So those are some of the silver linings.
Definitely.
And to Julie's point, we're making sure we reach out beyond just the chamber members because this is a real crisis and we want to make sure that all the businesses feel supported and hopefully, long term, they see the value that the chamber brings to them. And that could be good, for the chamber membership as well.
Right, because you're bringing people who have normally not attended these meetings or even thought about the chamber as a resource. And now you're getting more exposure this way.
Yes.
Yes.
So, as well, how do people contact you? I can pull up your website and kind of go through that. What kind of information are you putting on your website?
To the businesses in town, retail and restaurant, salon, spa kind of, if they're not chamber members and they want to promote, that they're open, if they're doing some kind of curbside delivery or something special that they want people to know about, they could email that information to the chamber by just going to our email, which is info@wilmettekenilworth.com. And then I will add them to the list that you're showing right there. And, in general, if people have questions or they don't know which resources to be contacting for financial grants or loans, I'm updating a page to our website to have that information. I received some new information, so I want to reconfigure the page, but that ought to be up later today, resources there. And they can request to join our broadcast email list so that when I send out the news brief, they can receive that information.
So we have one question. Let me pull this up, see if let's hide the screen. Oh, there we go. So Barbara has been actually since the beginning that's saying it's difficult to predict the future, but you're talking with Kelly about plan to support the businesses when we can get back to business.
I think I'm Kelly. I'm the girl with two first names.
And
so what was the question? When are we going to get back to business? Or I'm sorry. I
guess it's kind of predicting. I guess in some cases, a lot of people are already getting back to business. They're not letting this event stop them. There are some events or some people who are forced to shut down or at least curtail some of their operations, like restaurants.
Yes.
But again, we're working every day, especially in marketing. I know you're working every day. So it's just a matter of how you do your business and how you're conducting in this new normal.
Well, and I would say, in answer to that question, yes, that we are talking about that. I mean, we're always talking about how to support the businesses and how to market to them and for them. And one of the pieces of advice that I'm giving to businesses is, don't stop. This is a critical time, whether you're open, you're closed, you're partially open just for delivery or curbside, don't stop your communication. This is not going to go on forever. And when it is over, you need to think about how you want your business to emerge from this. What was the communication? What was the message that you were giving people? And, one of the good things that could come out of it, like we're all saying, is that there are some practices being put into play right now that are really good, and that they might be sustainable for the future and might help people grow their business for the future. And one of the challenges of a local business owner is that, they're in the store all day. It's really busy. They're doing everything. And a lot of times they don't have time to focus on their marketing plan. And right now there may be an opportunity. I know it's still crazy times, but there may be an opportunity to look at your marketing plan long-term, work on your website, work on your social media strategy, do things that you've been meaning to do, work on your email marketing campaign, things you've been meaning to do but just haven't gotten to them. And this is a time to do that. And it doesn't need to be perfect. Just, be passionate, go, keep doing it. And that's kind of the advice that I'm giving people, is don't stop the communication. And there's more eyeballs on social media than ever because everybody's at home right now. So, but there's also a lot of content. So you need to cut through the content and stand out. And it's a great opportunity for local businesses to really connect with their clients and with other clients. The other thing that's happening right now is that consumers have fewer choices. So when one business is closed or one product is sold out, they're having to, shake up the basket a little bit and look at alternate things that they're buying, and maybe or places they're going, or restaurants that they've never tried before because they're sick of cooking and they want to expand their horizons. And so they're trying new things. So there's an opportunity here for you to reach new clientele and new customers that haven't tried you before, that might be great for the long term. And so, if you keep doing this, when you come out, it could be even better than before.
And we were talking about collaboration and how this is a great time for that as well. But for example, let's say some of your loyal customers are, already they're ordering takeout once a week from your restaurant, but maybe this is the time to say, hey, thank you for being a fan of our food, but if you like ramen, you should also try Torino, or if you're a big, fish lover, you should try this restaurant. I mean, it's a great time to help each other, promote each other as well. And hopefully everybody will be doing the same.
Yep. That's what we do, is especially in our networking groups, is we do cross promote. And if we can't supply them with the service, then we have someone else who can.
Yes, exactly.
Just yesterday, I had a call. Our website design, and that's not a primary focus of our business. So I was able to reach out to 3 of the people who I work with who do website design to offer and say, here's 3 people. I'm not sure of your tastes. Talk to each of them and get input.
Exactly. And that I do want to put another plug in for referring each other. I mean, this is definitely the time for chamber members to go to the website if they need a service, if they need help with something, if there's a family birthday coming up, a celebration or something. This is the time to shop local, support your fellow chamber members. Call me, email me, ask me, hey Julie, do you know someone who provides this service? Really, our strength at a time like this, when we have this group, is to really support each other and help each other get through this.
And I would say, we have to be fast about it, right? Because it's happening right now and every day that people don't have business coming in. So I say, be fast, be bold. You don't need to be perfect, and don't be afraid to ask for help. I mean, there are, like to Julie's point, there's a lot of resources. Tap into your chamber, tap into your village. There's marketing professionals like myself that are really passionate about local business and would be happy to do some, complimentary one-on-one sessions with you just to get you up to speed. I talked to a resident the other day who's helping a local business who had to close and go 100% online. They didn't do anything online before. They didn't do any delivery. And this person who's just a really passionate customer is helping them set up a page where it's basically a sign-up genius for them to deliver their food, which is delicious, by the way. And it's Alchemy Coffee in Wilmette, and they are, delivering coffee and scones. And that was something they hadn't done before. And so, you can tap into people that in the community that would be helping, help you out.
So here's a question. I think we pretty much answered already. Is there a source for struggling business to get financial aid either locally, state, or federal? And I think you're a good resource for that. I guess just call the chamber and talk to them one-on-one.
Yes, if you call 847-251-3800 or email us at info@wilmettekenilworth.com. I will email you a really great tip sheet that gives you all of the resources in one place. Happy to share that with you. And then again, that'll be available on our website later today.
Just putting the link in here. There. So info@wilmettekenilworth.com.
Yes.
So, and then your phone number is open and you can call. You're there, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day?
Yes. I'm mostly putting in a full day. I'm usually here by around 9-ish and here till usually around 5-ish. But we are starting a fun contest that I think is going to generate a little bit of, good spirit, but also help the restaurants and promote our platinum sponsors at the same time. It's going to be a contest that features questions about our platinum sponsors, and it's open to residents and business owners. And those that answer the questions and get them to me the quickest, the top 4 will receive a $25 gift card to a local restaurant. So we're able to accomplish numerous things at one time, give some extra promotion to our platinum members. We paid for the gift certificates that we're getting from the restaurants and to provide a little fun activity for businesses and residents. So that'll be coming soon too.
So excellent. So any last words? I guess we got contact information. We have resources. What is some of the best resources that you've come up with? That would pretty much be on your website, right?
Yes, but so Wilmette businesses that pay sales tax to the village can apply for a grant, which is a rebate. It comes from a relief program started by the village of Wilmette. So that's something that's accessible to those businesses in Wilmette. Then we have a lot of information about accessing the SBA grants and loans that have come out of the CARES Act. Another thing is one of our chamber members, a law firm, has volunteered one of their attorneys who has become an expert on the CARES Act, who will give complimentary consultations to business owners to help them understand what they can access for assistance. There are other really neat things going on, like Chris Condos, who is a dressmaker here in Wilmette. She has been making masks that she's been giving away to the community. Most of the shops are doing something special, but Share, for example, is taking 20% of proceeds from online sales and then buying meals from local restaurants and sending them to first responders. So there are a lot of really neat things like that going on in the community that that the chamber is trying to promote as well. So if people are interested in that, they can get in touch with me and I'll give them more information about that.
And I would say some of the resources to support the businesses that are available is we printed posters so that when you drive around town, there will be large posters that will say, who's open for curbside delivery, who's open for, putting their phone number and their email. So it's really easy when you drive around town. So we're going to be sharing that information, how they can pick up those those free signs. We also have kind of a PSA, for the community. Here are the 6 top ways that you can support your local business. And those are things we're printing on posters, flyers that can go in the takeout bags for the restaurants. We have a whole social media campaign around that, trying to educate the community how they can support local business and do their part, because everybody seems to want to help. And so just some top tips how they can do that. So we'll be putting that on the chamber page as well.
Great. So let's wrap this up. We're showing true value in being a member of your local chamber. So what is one of the top benefits that you can think of for being a membership? Is it the networking? Is it the information? Is it just being a resource, or is it a combination of everything?
Well, I would say yes, a combination of everything, but particularly now using us as a resource. We have relationships with the village, at the state and local level. Let us share our information with you. Let us help you. I think that's the main thing that we can do right now. And then we are acting as a promotional source for businesses that are open.
Excellent. So for more episodes of this show, this is just our second show, and we're expecting, if I can get beyond just the Illinois borders into all 50 states, that's 50 shows right there. So that takes us to the rest of the year and then some. So subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on all social media at BSVPTV. And as far as the Wilmette Chamber, where is your best social platform?
I would say follow us on our Facebook page. You can also sign up to join our broadcast email list. So those are probably the best resources right now. And then again, there'll be a lot of information right on our website.
So your Facebook page is Wilmette Kenilworth?
Wilmette Chamber.
Wilmette Chamber. Excellent. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you. Thank you all. And thank you all for participating.
So much.
Thank you much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.